Hey class, Professor Kev here. So this week we talked about privacy in the workplace. I like this assignment because you see where people come in with all sorts of different ideas. So a little background. When I worked at the bank, in addition to being the finance person, I oversaw IT. We have a firewall. The firewall blocks you from looking at inappropriate sites, whatever the bank deems to be inappropriate. So Class, you would be stunned by what people try to look at work. Like, what are you thinking, bro? Happens. So some of you are like, well, if they're on break, take down the firewall, stop monitoring. No, because what happens is, my experience, sometimes you're checking your personal email or you're trying to look at social media like Facebook, and you go and click something and we get a virus on the network. That's why I shut it all down. People are like, why can't I look at Facebook? Because there's no really, do it on your own time. Now, so much easier. You all have phones. You want to look at Facebook on your break? Look at it on your phone. That way, it's not risking my network at all. Some of you were like, well, they didn't really go into a lot of training. Yeah, they messed up, clearly. But most companies, like the bank, we had an acceptable IT use policy, explained what you could look at on companies' phones and companies' computers. Once you sign that, you've given consent. Whether you realize it or not, you're giving consent. Employee handbook, mentioned it was in the handbook. Once you signed that you received the handbook, you gave consent, unfortunately. Look, to be honest with you, nobody's looking at every little thing. If you're logging in, checking your email, they're not looking to try to read your emails. And in most cases, that's true, unless you get some crazy IT people that then just not interested. I didn't care. I mean, I could have seen it if I wanted to, but I'm not looking. Again, that's just crossing the line. But if you're opening up that email on the company's computers, yeah, we can see it if we wanted to. Now, again, this is simple. Use your phone. Get off the Wi-Fi though, okay? Don't use the company's Wi-Fi because then you're still using company resources. You're not on the Wi-Fi, you're looking at it on your phone, problem solved. Now, what we did at the bank is we had training on this policy every year. So in case it slipped your mind that you weren't supposed to try to look at inappropriate stuff at work, we'd go over it again. Like, hey, all these things are blocked. And again, what would happen is if you tried to access it, I would see it, and a little message pops up on your screen saying, hey, this site's been blocked by the administrator. So just be cautious here. Here's the deal. Because some of you are like, take it down during lunch. Again, if you do something inappropriate, we get a virus, but worse. Here's the scenario. True story. Years ago, my buddy's working at a company. I had his coworker who's on lunch, is sitting at his desk looking at porn. Coworker walks in, different coworker walks in, sees it, loses her mind, goes to HR, wants him fired. Why are you letting that happen? So now you're in a situation where, these coworkers have a lot of conflict because you shouldn't be looking at that at work. But more importantly, the company should have locked it down. So when you're like, oh, take it down at lunch, crazy things like that are going to happen. That's why we're not taking it down at lunch class, because crazy things, you'd be surprised by what people want to look at work. Hey, I'm bored. I want to do this. And again, the controls are in place just to stop you from not surfing the internet all day. I could see how long you were spending on the internet every day. And again, we all spend time on the internet work class. Let's be honest about it. At least if you don't, I'm surprised. I know when I worked at the bank, sometimes I want to take a little mental break and check sports or whatever, check the news type of thing. It's okay. If I was sitting there and you're going, okay, this is interesting. Kev's spending 4 hours a day, surfing the internet. Well, Kev's probably not doing enough work for me and stuff. So that's why it's in place. But in this case, going back to the story, the company's like, oh God, now what the heck do we do? Because the person's upset as well as they should be, because you shouldn't be doing it at work. Now we get all sorts of tension going on. This is why we block those types of sites so you can't see them. Again, class, the simple solution, use your phone. Open up your phone, check whatever you want to check. Again, get off the company's Wi-Fi. Breaks over, lunch is over, go back to work. You're seeing more and more companies putting these policies in place because we're all addicted to our phones. And we're all sitting there, I'm just going to check my phone real quick. And you do that, 5 times an hour, spending most of your time of your day surfing the internet. That's the only reason it's in place. My students get upset with me when I tell them, class, it's important. Never, never, ever assume privacy in work or at school. Someone is monitoring the network. I promise you it's happening. Don't be silly. Don't try to look at anything inappropriate. If you're looking at an email on your personal account and it's from your doctor, look at it on your phone or respectfully wait till you get home. Don't open it in the network, on the network, because it can be viewed, unfortunately. Now, they're not looking at it, again, unless someone is doing something inappropriate from an IT side. When I was there, I didn't have that level. And yeah, could I have, had them show me why? I don't want to read your email. It's none of my business. But if I see you're spending 4 hours a day surfing the internet as your boss, now it is my business. Hey, you're not doing enough work. If you have 4 hours a day to be doing this, I probably don't need you as an employee. So that's the only reason they're looking at it from a productivity standpoint. We're not going in going, oh my God, I was reading your emails. Sorry, you're having, this issue. No one's doing that. So, but again, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Use your phone off the Wi-Fi, no issues at all, okay? And again, it's a productivity thing. We're just making sure that you're not doing that. Last thing, okay? Starting to ramble a little bit. Do not look for work. Do not look for a job from work. We had an employee doing that. He spent a couple hours a day. We knew he wasn't happy and we weren't happy with him. Finally, his boss just had a bad day and like, hey, here's the report. We can see you spending 2 hours a day over the last couple of weeks looking for a job. You're fired. Just fire him. Wasn't doing great. Right? They had bad evaluations on him, so they had more than enough notice to do it. Get out. You're fired. Do not do that. Do not look up how to get a job. And when we see that, we know you're not taking the job seriously, and they probably will take action against you. So be careful. Wait till you get home to look for a job, okay? All right, that's just a quick video, just kind of recap on what we saw. And again, that's why we keep the firewall on, just to prevent bad things from happening. When I was at the bank, that would happen from time to time. Someone would, be on Facebook and download a game or click an email from a friend on their Gmail. And next thing you know, we have a virus on the network. That's the only reason they're doing it. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a truly dazzling day.